Son d'un bébé!
Oh, my wiener.
You're watching the Weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel where I just tell you everything that has happened in my life in 1 week, or at least the interesting stuff. Today I am walking. I am doing the walking and talking today. Hold on, something really fine. Let's sneak a peek together. I'm doing a walking and talking very, very nicely today because mainly I overslept this morning really bad. I don't know why. Like, usually I set my alarm every night before I go to sleep, and I don't know exactly why I do that. I mean, one of the main reasons is because I wake up at different times almost every day, and some bus or whatever. And the main reason is, like, I don't want, like, sometimes I don't want to get too, I set it every night because I don't want to get dependent upon that day when I don't set it, thinking I set it, and I really oversleep. You guys know what I mean? So I wake up, basically, I set my alarm for about 7:30 most days, even though that's not the time I really need to be up, but it just makes it easier, because sometimes it's 7:30, sometimes 7:45, whatever. And so I set my alarm. Other times it's 9 o'clock. Those are the nice days. Some days it's off. But basically, I don't want to get into that habit of, like, thinking the phone is always set and ready to go when it's not. So every night before I go to sleep, I always just check my schedule and make sure. But I didn't set it last night. And it's crazy because I didn't drink at all. And I still woke up, like, hungover. I think I'm getting dehydrated at night because it's getting really hot and humid right now in Japan, unless you live in trees. Anyway, so good news is, goddamn, this is a problem with going into the forest. Goddamn, our trees, bugs, always bugs in spring. I hate spring in Japan and I hate summer in Japan. Fucking bugs, always. I much rather prefer freezing cold. Anyway, so I woke up and luckily I woke up at the time I was supposed to leave, so I just took a shower really quick, and instead of riding my bike I took a taxi. Thus, that's the reason I'm not on my bike today. No investigative stuff. And the reason I'm filming the Weekly Wednesday What's Up tonight, right now, on my way home, is because I need to save a little bit of time and have this processed and uploaded and ready to go, because I have an interview. I have to conduct. Akasan's interviews is back. I think that was a fly. With somebody online, and knowing this person, it'll probably take forever, the technicalities of it all. So, especially uploading and file sharing, all that. Going over to the tech side here, doing it off the top of the dome here. One of the subscribers mentioned he just likes when I just kind of say things in my head, just off the top, right? Not so organized. Well, it's still organized in my mind, but I'm not gonna write anything down. It's fine this time around. It'll work because I don't have much to say. Tech side. So I played around with my camera and shit, and now, as a lot of you have been noticing, I am able to get the 720 in 60 frames per second, because I switched everything over to progressive instead of interlace. And at the same time, whatever the case may be, I think it has a lot to do with Final Cut Pro as well. The only issue is because everything is like 60 frames per second and Final Cut Pro sees it in its true format, I'm having a shit load of, like, all this compression and like translating and all the analyzing that it needs to do, it's actually taking me longer to process reactions now, because obviously the videos that I'm doing the reactions to are coming in at like 29 frames per second, right? And it basically needs to create like a new video file. It's really weird. It's a bit frustrating. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that issue and save on the time, because, you know, I'm doing like 7 reactions a night, or trying to, but I'm only able to get up about 3 or 4 in a session. It should be a lot faster than that, considering Flash and the Arrow, all these things are off TV. So I don't know. And then the other problem with this, and I don't know how to turn off the camera. I don't know how to switch my camera to a lower frame rate. That's the bigger problem. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, there's got to be a way I can switch it to 30 frames per second. There's like no way for me to do this. So I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to go back to iMovie instead, because iMovie sees things like it doesn't have that issue, like it can't recognize 60 frames per second or whatever. So I actually never had this problem before, because I never noticed this problem before in iMovie. iMovie just kind of took it and gave it, like, it basically did something to it and made it close enough to like 30 frames per second or some shit like that. So I'm not sure from here on out how I should handle my issues, because, you know, the 60 frames per second is really nice, but if it's going to take me 3 times longer, especially longer videos and such, like yeah. So I don't know if you like. I think that's the best thing I could ask for the Red Dreaded Nation is if you guys actually have recommendations. Like, you know what I need? I really need, because it's been really fun using Final Cut Pro for reals. Like, you saw what I did with the J-Roar interview and everything. What the fuck is this? Is this like sea level? Oh, somebody died and shit? God damn. I wonder what that's all about. I really do. Like, it's a memorial. Like, this is an area where they started doing like fishing and everything. Okay. Well, they used to fish a lot here, and they closed this area down for whatever reason. So now they all fish further up near my apartment and shit. Like, they're still redoing it or whatever, but they haven't opened it up yet, and it's really annoying because all these guys and old men are like right outside my window and shit all the time, fishing and shit, and I'm just fishing for pussy. Anyways, so yeah, if you guys have, like, you know what I really need is like a nice course on using Final Cut Pro to do reaction videos. Like, I got it handled, but I have a feeling I'm going a very, not ass backwards way, but a very long way to get to the same route. Basically, like, what I'm doing is I'm just taking the original video, the YouTube video I pull off of YouTube, and then I'm taking my clip, which is like 60 frames per second. Then I have to synchronize the clip, which makes this one file. Then I open it in timeline, its own file like that, and then I have to wait for it to render, or either way, I could do either way. I drop it back into what I've kind of created as the reaction file, so it has my intro and my outro, right? Then I gotta cut it like a certain way. Then I gotta wait for it to render, which is, I'm about to get to that. I gotta wait for it to render. Once it renders, then I can share the file, and I make a 720 file, which is like usually 2 gigs or some shit. Sometimes, I clicked web hosting or some shit like that, and sometimes it's like 500 megabytes or something. But like, something I did last night was like really took fucking forever. You know what it was? It was like when reactors get high, because it was almost like a 12 to 16 minute video, and that was like 2 gigs or something like that. And the Weekly Wednesday What's Up, sometimes when I do the Weekly Wednesday What's Up on Final Cut Pro, it was like 4 gigs, or it took for like last week. I specifically remember I didn't get that shit up. The weekly Wednesday What's Up didn't get up until Thursday. Like, because it was, I don't know what the fuck was, like, why was it so huge, the file, and I tried to set it for something lower, but I don't know. I really do need like a nice crash course on like importing, first how to do picture-in-picture the most efficient way when using different frame rates. I have no idea how to drop my camera down to 30 frames per second. Like, it may not even be an option. I picked lower or whatever, but it wasn't. Oh, she smelled good. I love a woman's perfume. Like when they pass, you can still smell their trail, and like, yeah, some of them have very good, you know, even especially in Japan, body soaps are pretty more popular actually. Yeah, women don't do perfume so much as they do body soaps, and that's actually what it is. They're much Japanese women are much bigger on body soaps and like body lotion, things like that. Like Ayumi has a really nice body lotion. I have said too much. When she puts it all over her skin, I have continuing to say too much. When I get nervous, I say things I shouldn't. Anyways, continuing on what I was gonna say. So that's what's going on the technical side. I'm enjoying Final Cut Pro, but yo, like, it's eating the shit out of all my memory every goddamn day. I always have like a spare, or I try to reserve. I've been deleting files left and right, and I left like 111 gigs available, but every time I'm fucking editing, it just cuts down. Like a small ass reaction is eating like 20 gigs, and I don't understand why it's doing that, like, so bad. So that was another reason, like, I couldn't finish all my reactions last night, because I was running out of space and I didn't know what to do. I read about the delete render files or something shit like that, delete render files, and I keep on deleting the used or the unused render files, and it's clearing up some space, but it's not clearing up enough. There's the optimized files and all this other shit, and I'm not exactly sure what all that does. And I think the other thing that's eating up a lot of memory is the transcode and analysis process that it has to go through. And I read briefly about what that's supposed to do. It's supposed to like give you the best or whatever, the best quality or some shit like that, or the most optimizational blah blah blah. And I don't know if that's important or not, but yeah, like I'm saying, I'm still playing with Final Cut Pro, and it's nice to have the 720 and 60 frames per second, but if it's backing up my reactions a lot. Like this week, I should have been able to get a lot more up, considering no flash, no arrow anymore. The good point, here's the good thing I'm gonna really say about Final Cut Pro though, is it makes editing TV shows so much more quicker than when I was doing iMovie. I was playing with a child's toy trying to edit shit in iMovie for game, like all the TV shows and shit. This shit is so much better now. It's a huge file now because 60 frames per second, but it's so much better, like just blading, and things don't get out of sync. Like, oh, it's so much better finally on that side. So that's really good. But now it's only Game of Thrones I have to worry about every week, which is fun. Oh, and Daredevil. I have a few Daredevil reactions that need to be edited already. But that's what I'm saying, some of the time. What else has been going on? Yeah, dude. Tech stuff. You know what? I was gonna tell you guys. So I really, after last weekly Wednesday What's Up, you guys were giving me advice about the diet and shit. By the way, I saw like a bike in this river one time. That shit was funny as fuck. You guys were giving me advice about diet and or what to do, and somebody mentioned that first and foremost I should just really cut the sugar down, and I've been trying to. It's funny, yesterday I was really so into carbs things, like cut down on the bread, so I stopped doing it. But fuck, man, like so Monday is always my day off. I spent the time to cook some chicken, onions, and I never thought this would be a problem. See, I didn't get rice because it's carbs, right? I never thought this would be a problem, but yo, like, now I get what somebody was saying when this guy was trying to really cut back down. He had chicken and beans and like no rice or whatever, like, and he was hungry still. And I was like, nah, man, that's not gonna happen. I had chicken, some salsa, some tomatoes and onions, and that was my lunch. And I was still like, it was pretty big. It was like a pretty sizable. I was still hungry and I didn't feel full. That's the weird part. I didn't feel full at all. So I went downstairs and I got a donut and a cookie, because I don't know, like I needed something, like, and I didn't make rice or anything. Like, I think maybe that would be it. Like, I think that's what I'm gonna have to switch over to, is if I need some form of bread or whatever, I just gotta take some of those microwavable rice packets and start mixing them. Hopefully that'll fill me up a lot faster. But anyways, and then the soda part, like, I haven't been drinking soda a lot at all. Beer, I generally stay away from beer anyways. Getting fucking dehydrated. I got a headache today, which is crazy because I shouldn't. I wasn't drinking or anything recently. But anyway, so I'm cutting down on the sugar. But isn't this always the way? Isn't this always the way? I went to my local store right now. You know, we don't have Pepsi out here so often, actually. It's very hard to find Pepsi. Coke you can find easily, but they don't have all the different flavors or whatever. Yo, just came out Pepsi, wild cherry Pepsi, American cherry. Oh, what the fuck, man? I know. I'm trying to cut down, right? So I'm gonna save it for like cheat day or some shit like that, a day when I'm just doing everything bad, right? So I'm gonna save it. But god damn it, I was so frustrated when I saw that, but I got it anyways. And the sugar, so also the Red Bull, and what I'm trying to do right now, I'll show you the other thing I bought, is I only buy this usually when it's time to, like I'm feeling sick or something like that. But I've noticed there's some kind of energy in these. I don't know exactly what this is or whatever, but I tried it out a few times. Instead of buying like Red Bull, I've been buying this. There's 79 calories. I don't know what that's comparable to a Red Bull, but I drink 2 of these a day instead of soda or Red Bull to get like energy and shit. And you know, it's crazy for reals. You know, this might be the interesting things. What I take away from this is I overslept today, right? I overslept, but I think one of my biggest takeaways about that is the fact that I'm not tired today. Like when I was working and I did school and my classes, I did not feel sleepy at all. And I think actually one of the biggest things I need to really start thinking about is just trying to get more than 6 hours of sleep a night, or 5 hours of sleep a night. Like you know, if the biggest part is it's coming down, it's like it's the processing time of those reactions. Like I'm trying to get at least 3 videos in the morning and 3 videos at night for you guys, so I need to record like 6 videos at a time. It's the processing. And then if I do a movie or a TV show, that takes almost the whole, not almost the whole night, but it takes about 40 minutes or so to edit those videos. Depends on how much I talk or whatever. So I need to think about that. I need to try to start getting to bed before 12 o'clock, or at least before 1 o'clock. Oh shit. Oh my god, a rat. Look at that. You guys see that? Or mouse. Is that a mouse or a rat? Look at that shit go. Oh, oh, oh. God damn. Where the fuck did I'm not gonna drop my phone, but holy shit, where did that goddamn rat go? I don't see it anymore. Why is it so close to the water like that? Okay, and that concludes our weekly Wednesday What's Up, folks. Fucking rats. Okay, I think that's about it. Likes, share, subscribe, whatever, guys. Let me know what you'd like to see. You guys, you have questions, and I know you have a lot of questions, and I was gonna talk about that today, about some other shit that I was gonna say, but I'll save it for another video. But basically, I'm trying my best to comment to everybody, but sometimes trying to comment and be fucking friendly with everybody has not been panning out, because some people are just fucking assholes regardless. And if you follow my Twitter recently, you know what I'm talking about. So that's been a little discouraging as to why I should continue trying to comment to everybody. But definitely I'll comment in the weekly Wednesday What's Up, because I like that. It's one of my lowest rated sections, but it's also the realest people that are actually interested in my life and not a reactor, not a J-vlogger and all that shit. Like, that's the thing, that's what I appreciate about. That's why I keep on doing it every week for you guys. All right, guys, until then, talk to you later. Peace out. Later.